Hi guys, Jesterarke back again with some more Ark Survival Evolved. Hopefully a little bit more Ark Survival Evolved than I managed to pull off this morning. Well, today I should say. Feeling a little bit better than I was when I tried streaming earlier, so hopefully we can stick with it a bit better. Unfortunately, I've not been entirely healthy. Fill in any of these gaps? No, probably not. Okay. I'll probably make up a few walls just to see how far out I can take these, to be honest. Assume I can come across both of those. Which means... Of course it's uneven here though. Very odd. Ooh. Hello. 440. Nah. We need bigger. What the hell? This is very uneven, isn't it? So that's there, and then 3 down. 1, 2, 3. And that one's the same, but we've got an extra block there. Or is it? You, Quetzal, you're in my way. Come across 3 here. 1, 2, 3 here. Then it's 1, 1, 1. Which makes me think I've got one of these placed wrong. We should be able to put a foundation there and a foundation there. Okay, let's try that. We'll make a couple more foundations and go put them down. We have got the area ready for the ankylosaur when we bring it up. Though we may even end up just taming a new anchor for up here specifically. Structures. Metal. That would actually probably make more sense, to be honest. DP, hello! All good, happy Thursday? Oh, Friday here now, but yes, thank you very much. Feeling I did try streaming earlier today, I only managed to go for about an hour. And then I had to can it, just wasn't feeling very well. Not sure how amazingly late we'll go tonight. It's what? 12:30 at night here now. We do have to be up. Bale and I have to be up super early to take one of our kitties to the vet. Sadly. Oh, you prick of a thing! Am I gonna have to manually try and snap this in? What the hell? That just seems a bit odd, doesn't it? Right over here. So we can get it to snap properly on the other side of the platform, but not here. Very strange. Hello, Tragedy. How are we tonight? Well, just to make it look the same, let's snap these across. Bad enough things are slightly uneven. One good news and one bad news. Okay. I wonder whether or not I can fit a behemoth gate in there. Let's take a look at the measurements on one. Ark. Behemoth Gateway. Large metal plated concrete gateway with obsidian polymer. 7 wide and 12 high. I follow up in Instagram. And honestly, I haven't used Instagram in ages. I completely forgot I even had it. Do you want to try and place one of these? Part of me wants to, and part of me doesn't. Yeah, let's do it. First of all, I need one wall. Though, funnily enough, I'm pretty sure I had others already. Meh. Bad news is how much time I need to change my name. I'm guessing quite a while. Mr. Green, hello! Welcome back to another stream. As you can see, we're still messing around a bit in the redwood. I can put those in. I can go out as far as that. Wonderful. Which means we should be able to come around this side as well. Did you post a lot of gameplay more than normal? I don't do much else. This is literally about all I do with my life. I do have to get into spending a bit more time doing pre-recorded videos though. I was hoping to spend yesterday doing that, but unfortunately due to a combination of sick me and sick kitty, I didn't get a chance to get much recording done. Actually, I got a little bit more done, but unfortunately I had to scrap it. 90 days, yeah. Well, that's what happens when you sit there playing around with changing your username every 30 seconds. How many more of these can we make? 45 here. I want to put another row across the front maybe as well. So let's say another 20. Actually 21 because we do know there's one that I'm missing. How old am I? I'm 34. 34 or 35? Yeah, 34. Okay. What else are we going to need to do the behemoth gate while I think about it? A crapload more metal ingots. Got some fuel in there already, that's a good start. Ow. You know when you cut your nails or anything, you cut that one nail that bit too far back and you end up hurting yourself? Ow. I just noticed what I just bit. I figure I'm losing a bit too much from up here, so got to do something with the rest of it. And I've had the damn thing since I was 12, so might as well change it around a bit now and then. Vale is sleeping. Don't know if she's asleep yet, but she has gone to bed. Ah, oh, crud balls. There. So, I should be able to... No, I can't. Okay. Wasn't sure if that one would be a bit too far out. Well, even that should be alright, shouldn't it? So how wide across is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the middle. So 6, 7, 8, 9. Behemoth gate is 7 wide. So that'll fit nicely there. Might as well bring this out the one more, since we can. As always, well, it is almost 1 AM in the morning here. And she does work during the day. Don't forget to use Instagram. Not a huge fan of Instagram. Not too many YouTubers post as much in a day a week you work. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a workaholic sometimes, I think. Well, apparently. I don't know. If I could squeeze a few more hours into the day, I'd probably work even more, truth be told. I like having something to constantly do. Okay. Sadly, I've never been someone that's been able to just kick back and relax. Yes, I pay my respect. Thank you very much. As well, Tragedy? That's enough. I still do want to get back to having a pre-recorded video ready every day as well. But it might be a bit of time before I can get back to that. As I said, I've not been amazingly feeling crash hot as of late. Give you a task. Hi, Nunbread. Welcome back. Thank you for joining for another stream. Let's see if we can find another Ankh on the way. Because if I can tame another one, we'll just leave it up at the Redwood base. Would make sense for us to have maybe 2 creatures up there. Since we are primarily working with... Make Bale a tuna sandwich every day? No. She makes her own tuna sandwiches. What was I saying? I'll probably put an Ankh up there and maybe some snails. Why don't we play Survival of the Fittest on Ark? I've never been a really big PvP fan, to be honest. Not to say I'm not good at it, because I generally am. I don't know. There's never been a huge PvP player. Okay. I think the only PvP anything I play these days is on the very rare occasion I'll play Paladins with another YouTuber by the name of Hannibal. Hannibal Show is his channel. But even then I don't broadcast it. I join him for his streams. Good benefit, to be honest. I've considered it a couple of times, but I don't know. We are going to make the move across to PvP is great when you get used to it. Oh, I used to do a fair bit of PvP. I just never really enjoyed it. So, but we are looking at doing some work over in Scorched Earth. I just finished setting up our Scorched Earth server. So hopefully we'll do some stuff in that in the not too distant future as well. Oh, hello, pussycat. No jumping on my desk, please, today. That face is your name. Well, as I said, now you'll know not to mess around too much with the changing of your name. Maybe play with friends as an amazing team. Okay. You know what I just realised? I'm probably going to have to go and get some more... Well, no probably about it. I'm pretty sure I'm definitely going to have to go and get some more metal. Son of a pain in the backside. And we're going to need a lot more polymer as well. Composites. What do we need for the polymer? Cementing paste and obsidian. Well, we can make a bunch more of it now. Let's go check the snails. unfortunately, now that we are making a lot of stuff out of metal, we're going through a crapload more polymer. Married, if so, kids, if not, thinking about it. Not married. No intention of going down that road. No kids, can't have them. Do like them, though. You know, they tend to be squishy, and as long as you can get them small enough, they fit in a pot. But no, I'm not really a people-y person in that regard, so... So let's turn you on, get them going. We're not going to be able to make enough. What did it say we needed? Like 300 just to make this gate structure. Is this a vanilla server? Primarily. Bear with me a moment. There we go. Death Helper is the only mod we are using. The rest of the changes that have been made to the server have been done so via the Ark Server Manager. So everything's done within the parameters of that, including the massive increases to the difficulty of, you know, creatures. Ah. Yeah, obsidian. Damn. A little bit more metal, but not much. Where did we see all that extra obsidian? Can't remember off the top of my head. Well, let's turn this off for now. We're going to have to come back very shortly. Anyway. Okay, it's going to be a slightly longer flight. Because we need that mountain peak over there. Well, I don't know if needs the right word, but that's the one we're going for. I think that was the one that had obsidian on it as well. You alright, puss? How's the old lady doing? Yeah, she's asleep. And I have coffee. What are we going to do with him? Do with which one? The Ank. We're going to go and get some obsidian and some metal. We're going to need a crapload to build this structure. So we're definitely, well, not definitely, but I'm seriously thinking we're going to have to increase the number of snails. Clever noise. Yeah, we're going to have to increase the number of snails. We might put a second batch of them over at the redwood base. The more I think about it, the more I think we're definitely going to catch a second ankylosaur. That level though. Everything can spawn in the wild anywhere up to level 1200. Which means potentially, if you get the taming right, you can have creatures over 2000. Okay. I see you found the Bale Haven page tragedy. Did that peak on one or that one? I think, pretty sure it's that one. Considering going into the caves, we are looking at doing that hopefully before too much longer once Bale gets a chance to play a bit more. And once she can max out her toon, we probably won't head into them until she hits level 100. I've gone into the one closest to where we've got our base down south. And I've already got the artifact of the, I think it's the hunter out of that one, which is ridiculously easy to get. Literally, you can just race in on a saber tooth, collect it, grab a crap load of chitin on the way out, and you're done. Okay. That's right. I did a bit of a fly around before I did the last stream, and our Quetzal took a bit of damage. Nothing too hectic. Okay, I won't put them on yet, but once we get a bit closer to the peak, I'll swap over to our night vision goggles. No point using them now, there's nothing for us to see. And they do degrade over time, so the longer you're using them, it's a bit like the chest piece of the scuba set. As long as you're using it, it is doing damage to the item and you will have to repair it. Urgh. Now, I did start a little bit earlier tonight. Part of the intention for that being I may have to finish a bit earlier. Bale and I have got to be up ridiculously early to take our old cat to the vet. When did you start YouTube? How much is YouTube benefiting financially? I started YouTube January last year. As for the financial benefiting, at this point in time, it's not. Channel is still far too small for any real aspect in that regard. Eventually, we would like to see enough growth on the channel that it does become, I guess, a viable income, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. But that being said, I didn't see us getting anywhere near this many subscribers anytime soon either. So we do multi-stream to Twitch and Beam as well. So sort of trying to build up a bit of a base on those also. Now when we get over here, one thing I've got to keep an eye out for are gigas. They shouldn't... My Facebook name is the exact same as my channel name. We shouldn't be seeing any gigas, but for some reason we have still had the occasional one spawning. You've found bales. Okay. But the one you're going to want for me is Jesterarke as one name. Oh, as one word. What level are they the gigas? Again, they can spawn anywhere up to level 1200, which is why we've actually subbed them off the server. We've replaced them with... They should have been replaced with Alpha T-Rexes. Because the level 1200 giga isn't something that two players can deal with. Just in case they do spawn, I have put a nerf in place on them. But at the end of the day, they just shouldn't spawn. Okay. There we go, night vision goggles for the win. Now, the question is, am I going to find any obsidian up here? I'm pretty sure I can. Unfortunately, it's not the easiest thing in the world to spot with these things on. Are alpha dinosaurs still a thing? They are indeed. They are indeed. Although I haven't seen many. Again, since the last update, they barely seem to be around. Well, there's a T-Rex. T-Rexes aren't too much of a problem. We got a Kentrosaurus, or Kentosaurus, or whatever they are, just over here as well. I'm still yet to tame one of those. But I'm not seeing any. I haven't seen any when I came to the stream. Yeah, I haven't seen one in ages. Have not seen one in ages. As I said, since the last update, basically. We don't seem to have any obsidian here, so we'll head over to the next peak. Again, for the sake of preservation, I'll take the night vision goggles off. As you can see, they're a little over halfway left on their health, so we don't want to have them break on us when we need them. That they're not the cheapest things in the world to repair. I mean, they're not too bad, but yeah. Stream Ark is still old Ark. Why don't I go to the drops? Haven't really gotten much worth out of them recently, truth be told. I'll tell you what, we'll go check these ones out though. If they're still there when we get there. If I was flying at one of the other birds, I probably, straight off the top of my head, would have gone straight to them. But because of the speed that we're going, I've sort of been trying not to too much while I'm streaming, just in case people get bored with it. Night Gaming 312K, hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Bit of an Ark Survival Evolved stream. Can hit 500 subs in 3 or 4 days. It would be nice. It would be insanely just wonderful. As I've said a few times now, I'm surprised I ever even hit 100 subs, let alone being almost at 500 now. That's crazy. Recommend to everyone I know. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. If anybody is wondering when the next Bale streams will be, we're hoping sometime mid-week. Unfortunately, her roster has her working the rest of it. Hopefully 1,000 by the end of the month or two. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. Would not know what to do with myself. Okay, blueprint for a flashlight attachment. I just realized where I am. This should be a little... yeah, a little canyon-y area. Seen some really nice bases built in this. I don't know what they call it now, but it used to get fairly colloquially generally used to get called Hidden Valley. Do a special vids for when we hit 500. We are planning to. And yeah, I've had more luck with the low tier drops lately than I have the high tier ones. Bale and I are still also trying to figure out how we're going to, well, if we're going to approach any of the boss battles. Still not entirely certain, truth be told, about it. Which also means we may or may not bother with tech tier. If we do go down the boss battle side of things, we will probably nerf them a bit. Just to make up for the fact that it is just myself and Bale playing. We need the map. Ugh. Let's just go up that mountain peak. Surely there's some obsidian up here. I know there is some over at the obelisk over there, but whether or not we want to bother flying that far... mind you, I suppose we've flown this far already. Considering making vlogs showing your setup giveaways. Haven't so much the giveaways as yet. That probably wouldn't be something we'd look at until the channel does become a bit more, I guess, financially viable, so to speak. We have got a couple of vlogs on the channel, though we haven't done them for quite a while. There was a large change of circumstances for us at the start of the year. And I haven't really done anything of the more personal nature besides the gaming since then. Okay. I honestly don't remember if I've been to the top of this one anytime soon. Isn't Dododex app something to help tame dinosaurs in Ark? Dododex, yes it is. What it is basically a taming calculator, and it also gives information on the recipes and stuff that you can use in Ark. It's something that we've been using pretty much since it first hit the app stores. It's a brilliant little app, and I don't know if it's still the case, but back when it first came out, and it was being updated constantly, it was one person working on it. One person wholly and solely responsible for running Dododex. We've got crystals, we've definitely got metal up here. Just realised I had the torch out. Duh. Land and have a bit of a look around. Facebook takes forever to update. Let's go that. Can you play with us if we have Ark? We only run a private server off my system. Unfortunately, I don't have the... Well, my computer doesn't have the guts, basically, to have too many people playing. We are looking at moving the servers onto their own dedicated, but at this point in time, again, like that's something that will be a bit down the track, just because of the costs. So at this point in time, unfortunately, it's just me and Bale, which is also why we haven't joined the Scorched Earth and Island servers together. But it is something we hope to do in the future. Maybe have Scorched Earth, the center, and the island all on, one linked set of active servers. Be right back. Not a problem at all, Tragedy. Not a problem. We are planning on getting a second Quetzal, although that probably might be a bit of a ways off. Because if we are going to tame a second one, it's going to have to be big. And of course, they're not always the easiest things to find in the first place. Okay, and by big, I mean we probably won't tame one unless its wild level is at least 900. Which is also the reason why we haven't put a platform on this one. Figure if we're going to put a platform on one, it'll have to be the really big one. Okay. Because if we go down that road, I'm going to want it to be a whole mobile bloody smelting station. That would be pretty awesome, I reckon. We did speak briefly about setting up a snow base. Now, we have done that in the past. Back when we were doing Let's Plays of Ark instead of doing streams, we did have a snow base out on the islands off the coast. Do 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 do. A yellow drop there. It is. We might drop the ank off at the top of the hill and maybe go for that yellow drop, depending on... Is it yellow? Yeah, it is. Depending on how far out it is. You got T-Rex, hog, couple of hogs. I know a lot of people are absolutely loving those, the new pigs. I'm not finding them amazingly brilliant. Okay, yep, we've got obsidian up here. Lovely. So we need obsidian so that we can make some more polymer. And we need metal so we can make some more everything. Hopefully our snails are doing their thing at the moment and making the cementing paste. And hopefully I should be able to safely drop the ank up here. Last few times I've been up here, we haven't found anything hostile. No, we're not going to bother with that one. So yeah, this isn't a bad peak. You have got access to metal, obsidian, and crystal all together up here. I think if we were going to build on any of the mountain peaks, this would probably be the one. Well, any of the mountains in general, this would probably be the one. Okay. Real Bronzo, welcome. Welcome back for another stream. Thank you very much for joining us again. We've decided we're putting a behemoth gate on the treehouse. So I need a crap load of everything. A lot of this stuff that we're picking up here, we will be we will just be ditching. I don't need all the crystals at this point in time. Sort of just whacking them to get them out of the way. And it's not like we can't come back and get more. What we're after primarily is obsidian and metal. Don't forget, where possible, try and store your metal in the ank. It just has a much better carrying ability when it comes to metal. Oh, I don't think that transfers across into ingots. I think it's raw only. May have to check that. Okay. I'm just sort of smashing my way through everything so that we can make sure we get all the actual nodes. Like that one. And that one. Oh, that was metal. Okay. While we're still harvesting, what we will probably do is transfer a lot of this stuff into the Argentavis, into the Quetzal, just to hold on to it, so that we can harvest more while we're up here. Okay. Stay there, buddy. There's more, yeah, more obsidian up here too, so we might just carry the whole damn thing back up here. Where did I just leave him? There. So, on the to-do list, essentially for the rest of the stream, besides getting this stuff here, which I'd kind of hope not to have to do, but anyway, we're going to try and tame ourselves a second ank. We need snails. Snails can probably wait though, because they require veggie cakes to tame. And I don't know if I can be bothered going and making a bunch of them just yet. Okay. We don't need them. As you can see, Pretzel's carrying weight is quite high, which is good, and exactly why we use him for this process. Hey, why did you move? Alex, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Okay. Let's offload some of this crap again. There's some more obsidian. Lovely. A thing to note as well, the snails do produce organic polymer. So when we go back and start making more bits and pieces, we will try and grab up as much of the organic as we can. If we had penguins, I'd just go on a big penguin killing spree. Although last time I went on one of them, everybody had a sook at me about it. I don't know, something about Spartan kicking happy feet. I thought it was fun. I had great fun then. You Steam right? If yes, what's your name? It should just be Jesterarke, I believe. And yeah, by all means. Okay. If it's not just Jesterarke, then try Jester_Arke. Usually it's one or the other. I have had a few people of late regarding Facebook looking for me on there. You'll find that there are two Jesterarke accounts. One is Jester space Ark, and one is Jesterarke as one word. You'll only get in... Jesterarke as one word is the account you're after. Jester space Ark is a personal account, and yeah, I use it only for basically account management purposes. So please don't get stroppy if you try and add that one and don't get a response. Wonder if we can actually build up here. Okay, Pretzel's still got plenty of room to go. I know this is a bit of a dull process, but it's still part of the game. Part and parcel of it. At the end of the day, you don't really go into a survival crafting game without expecting to have to do some grinding. Be it resource or levels. Yeah, itchy nose. Okay, so we've already come out this side. Okay. One thing as well that we have done is, like I was mentioning before, that we've basically set up our server for Scorched Earth. It will again be using the same sort of principles here, wild animals or wild creatures will be spawning anywhere up to level 1200. And again, we will be playing with slightly superhuman characters, but not enough that it won't still be a ridiculously large challenge. Actually, I may even look and see if I can change things around a bit, because Scorched Earth creatures are supposed to spawn anywhere up to 150, I believe. Willogs, hello, welcome for another stream. But yeah, if I can make the change, what I might try and do is get the Scorched Earth creatures spawning anywhere up to level 1500. So that keeps with the 1000% modifier. How long will this stream be? Not entirely certain at this point in time. I generally try and go for sort of 3 to 5 hours. It'll just depend on whether I can keep going, really. As I mentioned a couple of times now, I have been a bit unwell. And I do have some other pre-existing issues as well that occasionally cause me to just energy-wise drop real fast. But assuming all goes well, you will be looking at around 3 to 5 hours. Okay. Also does depend a lot of the time on you guys, because it's a lot easier for me to keep going when I've got, you know, essentially people to bounce off. It can be a very, very tough process trying to stream for even remotely long periods of time when I'm literally just chatting to myself. That's one thing that I was actually quite surprised about when I started doing streaming, especially more so than doing Let's Plays. With Let's Plays, you go into it expecting, you know, to sit there and talk to yourself for maybe 30 minutes, because I don't do edits. I generally do one-shot Let's Plays. But when you're streaming, it can be a whole other process, and trying to sit there for hours and hours on end, talking to just yourself, it is ridiculously draining. It's something that I found very, very surprising. And I'm not an overly social person in real life. So talking at all is a bit of a mission for me, to be quite honest. Quite a few people that know me personally still find it surprising that I'm doing this at all, considering my general aversion to communication. Okay, she's full. Let's grab one of these stacks out. Actually, no. Not that one. It would make more sense for us to take 2 of these, because it's the same weight on us, but it's less of, it's more of a weight difference on the Ank. Did you go to uni? No, I did not. I always wanted to, but I could never decide what I wanted to study, and I figured, like, I know myself well enough to know that if it's not 100% what I want to do, then I'm not going to commit to it, and it would end up just being a waste of time for me. It's still something that I may do down the track, but again, I've got to figure out what I want to do. So, at this point in time, it's probably a bit more unlikely, though, that I will do it, or that I will go to uni for anything more than maybe management sort of stuff. At this point in time, I'm pretty much now doing what I think I'll be doing long term. Okay. When it comes time to leave this mountain peak, what we will be doing is moving any obsidian out of the Ankh, putting that into the Quetzal, and then moving metal from the Quetzal into the Ankh. Now, I did see one more node, obsidian node, somewhere around here. At least I think I did. I may have just been seeing things. Okay. Turn beast. There. Okay. No, only qualifications I've gotten previously as well related to basically to the hospitality industry, which was where I had previously been working up until second half of last year. Well, last quarter of last year. I'm from Australia, living in Australia. From North Queensland, currently living in Central Queensland. But I've lived all over the place. Well, all over the country. We used to move around quite a lot when I was younger. My father is ex-military, so military while I was growing up, and we used to move around quite a lot based on that. Been living in this particular dodgy little city for 8 years, I think, now. Give or take. Holy crap, has it been that long? Ugh. Don't have the Australian accent. I don't know. I find a lot of the time you don't tend to hear it unless you've got other accents for it to bounce off. I remember watching any number of movies, and you realise the Australians really badly when you've got them around Americans or anything like that. All of a sudden it stands out heaps. And I found it funny, a lot of the time in a lot of shows, they actually cast New Zealanders to play the role of Australians, because apparently New Zealanders have got better Australian accents than Australians do. Sound like an American mixed with Euro. It's funny, depending on where in Australia you go, we've actually got a very broad variety of accents here. If you go down to... this isn't always the case, but if you go down to, say, South Australia, you'll find a lot of native South Australians have got an almost British overlay to their accents. Different parts of Australia have just got fairly different accents. And I don't know, I maybe put it down to the fact that I have lived all over the place, that I don't have a particular single state accent. Okay. Okay, buddy. We're going to go get just some metal, and then we're going to get the hell out of this place. No, that wasn't a metal node. Oops. There's one. No, we don't want the crystal. Have I been to Bondi? I have. Only in passing, though. I haven't stayed there for any length of time. Okay. Ow. Itchy nose. Ooh, obsidian node. I didn't even notice it. There's another one just there. I suppose we might as well hit these while we're here. Get it? Hit them, because we're on an ank. Sorry. Well, there's a couple here that I missed. One of those things that a lot of people don't realise as well Size-wise, Australia is actually larger than mainland US. So it's kind of a large place. Thank you very much for the sub, Jamie Vella. Welcome to the collective squishies. Okay, let's go and grab the Quetzal. Henry, also thank you for the sub as well. Very much appreciated. Hope we're all having a good day, night, whichever is applicable depending on the time zones. In range of that, I am. Okay, the reason I'm doing this the way I'm doing it, as you can see, I'm going to swap the obsidian into there, and then we're going to pull the metal out. You can see here, a full stack of 200 metal on me weighs 200. Full stack of 200 metal on the Ank weighs 50. When I finish my exams, is there a chance of me playing with you Ark or any other game? That will very much depend on whether or not we can get our other servers up and running. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, we are running the servers from our own computer. Well, from my own computer specifically. And unfortunately, where are we? At most, we've only been able to run it with the added strain of having 2 extra players, which in this case is Bale and one of our other buddies, Hannibal. But depending on if we've got the new system, then we are hoping to open up the server for a lot more players. So it will all depend on channel success to a large extent. We have a general rule where we don't spend any additional money on the channel that isn't from the channel itself, if that makes any sense. Well, that's the goal anyway, is to have the channels completely self-sufficient. Once it gets to that stage, we'll be looking at adding extra servers, so we can play with other people, such as you guys, which would be awesome. Okay. It's funny, and we actually only recently... What was it? Back in... end of February. Close to 500. I know! This is amazing. It was only the end of February, start of March, that we actually gained the ability to stream at all. Prior to that, it used to take anywhere up to... Well, we used to be able to upload 3 videos every 48 hours, roughly. That's how bad our internet connection here was. And that was only sort of 20 to 30 minute videos. Oh, this is going to be a painful flight, isn't it? Sorry, guys. Don't forget to all of those you who are watching, depending on where you're watching from. If this isn't your preferred platform to be watching videos from, or streams from, I do multi-stream to YouTube, Twitch, and to Beam. You can find me on all 3, listed as Jesterarke. Which is better or easier to stream on YouTube or Twitch? Well, as I was just saying, I stream to both. Ooh, there's a Titanosaur. I use Restream.io. So basically, I stream to Restream. Yeah, I stream to Restream. And then Restream duplicates the signal and sends it through to YouTube, Twitch, and Beam. I think there's about 20 odd channels all up that we can add to the collective. Oh, and down one again. But no, we'd started off as YouTubers with our Let's Plays though, and that's still primarily where we, I guess, aim. As you can pretty much tell by the fact that it's the YouTube counter on the screen. Well, I am planning on changing the overlay fairly soon, probably, to include the Twitch and Beam counts as well. And I don't know, we may end up looking at throwing a few more into the collective. We'll sort of see how it goes. I mean, each different platform's sort of got its benefits. That's the green obelisk. So we need to aim roughly there. We are going to go up a bit so we can fly over the redwood. I don't want to get ripped out of the saddle by no bloody tree kitty. Okay. Just a little heads up to those of you who are new to the channel as well, and a reminder to those of you who are, more familiar with the channel. When I'm streaming by myself, I do try and take a break roughly every 90 minutes, just to give myself a chance to stretch the old legs, etc. My 100 kilo worth of butt sitting on a student chair rated to only 70 kilos is not comfortable after a long period of time. But that's still another half an hour or so away. We've only been going for an hour. Yeah, there's our island way over there. Flippin' hell. And see, this is why we're building the base in the redwood. So we don't have quite so far to go to do everything. What I might even do is drop off the Ankh. No, we'll take it all the way over. We have set up a industrial forge in the redwood in what is soon to be our new base. But that's all we've really got there at the moment. So we'll fly all this over to our main base, convert what we need to, and then fly it all back. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be our best way of doing it. At this point in time, anyway. Might remember to grab some food when I get back to base as well. Don't forget, guys, as well, if you do want to show a bit of extra support for the channel, feel free to hit that share button. The more we spread the word, the better it is for me and for Bale. Okay. And if you haven't already, remember to subscribe or follow, depending on whether you're watching on YouTube, Beam, or Twitch. Wow, this is a long flight. We need to start offering some in-flight movies. I could probably set something up like that. That would be quite funny. Okay. It didn't seem like this long of a flight heading up there, but I think that's because we did it in a couple of stops. The fact that we're doing this as one solid flight back is making it feel like it's a lot longer, which is funny because it's actually a shorter trip. You remember to keep an eye open for other Quetzals. If anybody spots one, let me know. There's a level 440 flying around just over there, but that's way too small for what we need. As I said, we are looking for preferably one that's at least level 900. Although with the multipliers, I think that'll spit it out at about level 980. Don't know about you guys, but I think a level 980 Quetzal would be kind of nice. What's our current one? Okay, the one we're flying now is level 1009. Which means when we tamed him, he would have been around about level 600 or something. 640, I think, when we knocked him out. You don't want to decrease altitude too much. Last thing I need is a horde of bloody ants following me. Tell you one thing I'm surprised we haven't actually seen more of in-game. Aggressive flyers. Like, we've got the Argentavis, though they've got a fairly small attack, or small aggro radius. We've got the heron-looking things that everyone refers to as seagulls. I just call them prickbirds. There. And even they've got a fairly small radius. They don't tend to attack so much as just come and steal your crap. They are a little bit bugged at the moment, though, as well. Basically, if they steal something, depending on what it is, if it's a consumable, they eat it and you don't get it back. If it's a non-consumable, they're supposed to drop it so you can pick it back up again. Unfortunately, whether it just falls through the ground or they just don't drop it, a lot of the time when they steal stuff, it's just gone, even when it's not supposed to be. We'll do a flyover of our sea pen as well. Hopefully everybody's where they're supposed to be. Hey, puss. Okay. Stat-wise, I do play this game on full epic when I'm playing just for the sake of playing. We do turn that down quite considerably when we're streaming. Otherwise, it just makes the quality of the stream degrade a fair bit. We use OBS for our streaming and recording, and it doesn't always like playing nice with Ark for some reason. Crap. Pretty sure that's our Sako. Yes, it is. You can just see the saddle on his back. We'll put him back in his base, back in his house, and then we'll finish our trip. Wait. Hopefully nobody else has gotten out. Keep in mind, Sakos do not fit through standard dino doors. They've got to go through behemoth gates. I'm just having a quick looking around, making sure nothing else has gotten out. Doesn't look like it has. What are you doing, kitty? Everything wants out. Bless you, hello! I don't know why you hadn't typed yet either. Don't you dare, you nasty critter. Stay inside. I may have to look at turning the draw distance up. See if we can avoid that happening. Nice glasses, by the way. Thank you very much. I've, yeah, got some pretty bad headaches at the moment, so I don't usually wear them. The prescription is ever so slightly wrong on them. So they often do more, or do just as much harm as they do good. But I'm definitely needing them at the moment. You're back and you sent Bale a message. Okay. You right there, buddy? Let's put all this in and fire it up. Ugh. All my glasses forever when I was supposed to use them for distance, and now my vision is 20 times blurrier. I'm supposed to have a couple of pairs. I'm supposed to wear a pair when I'm outside, supposed to wear a pair when I'm inside. One pair for reading, one pair for driving. I'm supposed to have tinted pairs, non-tinted pairs. It's nuts. I'm long-sighted in one eye, short-sighted in the other, hypersensitive to light. I used to have blood clots behind my eyes, which messed with a few things as well. Hello! Welcome back again. Thank you for joining us for another stream. Hope you're doing pretty well. Hope you're doing very well, in fact. We did fill this all the way up pretty recently. And we've used most of it. So let's move you around a bit. Again, we'll put it roughly in the middle here, which will allow us to reach it. We can take the metal ingots out of here, straight into here, and then come around and transfer them to the fabricator. And if we put you here-ish... Oh, bloody hell. Let me through! Let me through! Haha, winning. Yeah, doing kind of good. Just got some issues with my own Ark server. Oh man, I hate when it plays up. In fact, all the Let's Plays that Bale and I have done in the past for Ark, the reason we've ended up stopping them have been because of server issues. Just having massive issues, like hiccups, breakdowns. Oh, crud. Let's put that back in there for now. Multi-stage transfer happening here. Lost Rex with a bioskin. Ouch. We used to have heaps of different skins and stuff, but yeah, same sort of thing. Over time, we've just lost them when servers have played up. Or one or the other of us have just gotten the shits with it and just rage quit and forgotten all about it until way later, and by then it's too late, and yeah, it happens. What do I want out of here for now? I need this stuff. Structures, metal. So, itchy. Let's try and get the doobies from here. I think it's a bug. I can't add you as a friend. It's not a bug. You're looking at the wrong account. If you're trying to add it as a friend, then it means you're trying to access my personal Facebook account. And I don't add anybody as a friend on that. Is the one you're looking at Jesterarke one word or two? I saw your profile pic. Yeah, I've got this. The channel is both profile pictures. Is it the J or the potato? Well, the J or the potato jester. Jesterarke is one word. Well, then, yeah, you shouldn't be because you don't add those as friends. They're pages, not people. Okay. Gave us a little bit of organic polymer. This one is your logo. Both of them have my logo. Okay. Yeah, let me off. Structures, metal. Okay. So now I just need the metal ingots. Still not nearly enough, and I may have to make two of them. What is Bale doing? She's in bed, as we mentioned when you asked before. Okay. We'll probably move a lot of this a lot of this obsidian into storage, I think. Put some of that in there, and we'll put the rest into this. This one? No, the next one. Yeah. Okay. Which means you can probably move for the time being. Lovely. Yeah. God damn it. So maybe I didn't space all of this out amazingly well. Oops. Okay, we'll make the door. So we mentioned that we want to get another ankylosaur. We want another one specifically to go up to the... to keep up at the redwood base. So while we're waiting for the metal to convert, let's go and grab one. Again, we're going to want a fairly high level one. We've already got one as it is, so... say you know, Tragedy, it's actually me that gets all those messages. So we should be able to find some anks over here. Okay, bear with me a sec, guys. Okay. It shows Bale is active now. As I just said, Tragedy, that is me. I am the admin on the accounts that are linked to my channel. Or our channel, more to the point. Schedule pretty simple, dude. I told you she was in bed an hour ago. So, you know. Basically, if she's not on the stream with me, she's either at work or in bed. If she's in bed and not chatting, then it means she's either asleep or trying to sleep. You didn't hear sorry. You responded. All is good either way. Let's go and find this other Ank. While we wait for all our metal to cook. Okay. Don't want to go too close to ground over here either, because things like to leap out of off the ground and grab us out of the saddle. What time is it? Sun will be coming up pretty soon. Now, as much as it's not the fastest flyer in game, obviously very far from it, the reason we are taking the Quetzal again is because it can pick up the Ankylosaurs. Which is what we're planning on doing. We'll pick one up, take it to the taming pen, and make it our friend by shooting it. Okay. Happen. What would happen if 4 gigas kill us? Well, we would die. And I would be very curious as to why there would be 4 gigas on the server. Hello, Hein. Just me tonight, just me. Bale's in bed asleep. Thank you very much for the sub. Very much appreciated. We're looking for an Ankylosaur. Nope, looks like the sun is coming up, so let's take off the goggles, which we will have to repair next time we go back to base. Okay. And in regards to kill it or run, we'd kill it. We have got them nerfed down so that they're little more than wet paper bags. By message, you Jess, will you reply? That depends on what you message me. As a general rule, we only really reply to channel related stuff. Because they're channel related pages. Yeah, we are looking for decent level ankylosaurs currently. We want to get a new one to add to our redwood base. We will tame it back down at our main base, just because during the taming process we don't want it damaging anything at the redwood base. And Cleo, yeah, the one that I was carrying just before. We need a second one of those. One of the metal collectors. Okay. Nice. 489. Not long and many to go. I know. This is ridiculously crazy. Lassies look handsome. Thank you very much. I do have to get a new pair. The prescription on these ones is ever so slightly out of whack now for what I'm using them for. Okay. Well, there's a roly-poly, which isn't what we're after. There's a Trudon. Dillos, etc. Come on. Usually you can find these things all over the place. I want to change your name. Well, you'll be able to in, like, what, 90 days roughly? And then you'll know better than changing it constantly after that, won't you? Ow, itchy. What is it with never being able to find what we're after when I'm looking for it? Seriously, the rest of the time we can find everything everywhere. Laugh makes you laugh. Oh, I know where we can find one. There's usually a bunch of them over on Herbivore Island. Do not know why I didn't think to check there to begin with. Where are we going? There. That would have been way easier. Bale cursed your name. We should have just gone to Herbivore Island in the first place. I did not even think of it. I suppose if we fly low, we may find one before then, but... Yeah, we've got raptors, trikes and dodos, diplos. I'm probably going to have to land when we get to the beach. Not seeing anything majorly of use to us. Not seeing any big threats either, which is good. Okay, let's land. Just for a few moments. Won't take too long for our Quetzal to build up stamina again. Where are we? We are at the 90-minute mark now, or just a smidgen over. So we'll grab an ank, fly it back to base. And then I might go for that leg stretch. Or actually, no. I might fly over there, and then I'll go for the leg stretch. Because it's a nice, safe place to wait. It is called Herbivore Island for a reason. Hello, Sharky. And jellyfish. Now, there's a few things Bale and I want to do next time she does get a chance to play. As I said, that hopefully should be midweek. No guarantees at this stage, though. You look for something, you don't find it. I know, it's always the case. It is always the case. Ah, well. Yeah, we are planning on hopefully hitting a few more of the caves. As well as the sea caves as well. Sea caves first, probably, because they're a lot easier to do. We might look at doing a few more aqua tames as well. And once Bale gets her tuned to level 100, we'll look at doing a few of the actual artifact caves. What are you doing, Titanosaur? Are you stuck? Fairly certain you're stuck. Yeah, good. We've got Anks over here. That one is way too little for what we want, though. They get stuck on everything. I mean, they're huge. It's not surprising. Okay, ladies and gentle peeps, I'm going to go for a quick break. Please feel free to stick around. I'll be back in just a few moments. And I'm back again, this time with the hiccups. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. So we want to try and find a decent level ankylosaur. I think that one was the 200. Yeah. Okay, why 2 dislikes? I don't know. Apparently someone didn't like what we were doing. It happens. Yep, you'll do. A level 920 ankylosaur. That seems like a pretty good way to do things. We will keep looking just in case we find a bigger one, but I don't think we will. Okay. There's another one there. Okay. We'll take the one we've got. Found your Facebook account? Shouldn't be too hard, it's in the description below. There we go. We're going to head back to camp base. Yeah, no, I often seem to get the get a couple of dislikes these days, especially on the build style videos that, or build style streams. I assume it's mostly people that want more action PvP stuff. Eh. It's not what I do. At the end of the day, all this is part of the game, so, you know, it's why I show it. Unfortunately, I think a lot of people get a somewhat misrepresented idea of what the game is like. When all they see are highlight reels and just constant PvP versions of it. You play Clash of Clans? No. Only game I play on mobile device is Warhammer Mordheim, which is... I don't know if it's actually out for everybody yet. But, yeah, Mordheim Warband Skirmish is the game itself. I've got a few videos in a playlist on the channel, actually, for it. No, I don't do many... many... What's the word I'm after? Mobile platform games at the moment. Hello and welcome to those who have just joined us. 27 views on one of your videos. Yeah, I noticed that before. Well done. I still get absolutely stoked whenever I get even just a couple of views on mine. Okay, drop you in there. Yep. We'll grab some vegetables, grab our big tranks, and then we'll knock it out. Right away, little Dodo. Okay. That should be more than enough. First vid 12 views. That got its attention. Shouldn't need too many darts to knock this guy out, I don't think, by memory. There we go. It was funny, ever since I put the extra little bit there so that Bale could find it easier to get into the cage, I've been finding it harder. Okay, swap that back to the normal darts and go put these ones back in the fridge. Just a reminder, the shock darts do wear out over time, degrade over time I should say. So remember to try and keep them in the fridge, or if you don't have access to a fridge, keep them on a dinosaur, just so they last a bit longer. The hell are we stuck on? Your horns. Okay. Are you still around at all, Hein? Yeah, that's it. Well, they're not too bad for your starting out videos. Oh, this is going to be painfully long. While that's doing its thing, let's get back to our other work. So we are trying to achieve a few different goals at the moment. Still a fair bit of storage room there. Okay, so ingots don't get lighter when they're hanging around on the ankylosaur. Trying to get to 20 subs. Stick with it and you'll get there. That seems to be pretty much the key to this whole process, is just keep going. Okay. We want that. And we want 400 of that. So one more stack of metal ingots and we'll have enough to make the behemoth gate. It does give you a bit of an idea though how much or how many resources we are going to chew through building that structure down in the redwood, because we are planning on making all the walls out of metal. I'm going to give it one of these just to bump it back up. But given the taming speed and the speed that it's losing its unconsciousness, I don't think we're going to have to give it another one. You know what? Let's give it another one anyway. Yeah, I'll give it both. Can't be bothered carrying just one around. It's going to expire before too long anyway. So that ink should pretty much take care of itself now. Hopefully. But we've got some other work we've got to do in the meantime. Once again, no doubt we'll get people doing the whole, why are you doing this on camera? Well, because we play on camera. We really don't play a lot off stream. One of the biggest reasons we stream at all, or do videos at all, is to show you guys what the actual gameplay is. Not just the good parts, the actual gameplay itself. You know, the good, the bad, the ugly, the time-consuming, the mind-numbing, the repetitive. Whatever part of the game it is, you'll probably see us show you. Okay. Any of the snail slime drop through? Not this time. Just because I can't be bothered waiting around, let's grab some stimberries. And feed them to the pig. That really doesn't get old. Oops. Okay. No, you stop getting on there. Just pick up the damn poop. Thank you. Eat. Yeah, let's go put this in their respective boxes. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Oops. One too many there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm looking around specifically for the slightly larger ones. There we go. So it's only small ones we got left there. Do you think I will be your best friend? Bale's my best friend. In fact, in real life, Bale's pretty much my only friend. And there we go, that's the one we needed. So put that in there. Structures, metal, There we go. Okay, I'm going to grab a bunch of these back through. As I mentioned, I may end up having to make a few additional everythings. I can't remember which way I've got to place these for it to open inwards or outwards. Because we want the door to open outwards, preferably. Although at the end of the day, we also may not phase ourselves too much with it. Actually, can I move still? Yeah, I can. You know what? No, we've got to wait for that other beastie to tame, don't we? What level are you at, buddy? Well, not level, what taming you at? Erg. That's going to have ages to go. Should you upload more videos? Well, that's entirely up to you. If you enjoy doing it, then yeah, by all means. If you don't enjoy doing it, then yeah, probably not. Okay, that ank's going to take ages, so we're going to fly back to the redwood. Ow. I ate just before and I got something stuck in my teeth. Give me a sec. Do I know who Justin Bieber is? Yes. Sadly, I do. I don't know where. Nope, wouldn't have a clue. Nope. What hostiles we got down here? A couple of dillos by the look of it. In India? Okay. Well, I guess that's a good thing for any Justin Bieber fans from Mumbai in India. Hmm. Okay, so the front of our platform is 9, is it 9 spaces wide or 11? Might have been 11. The behemoth gate isn't going to clip to the platform, which means we're going to have to freehand place it again, like we have done in the past, which means we're going to put a few guide walls essentially up as well. Now, I'm not sure the height difference between the bottom platform and the top one. I think we're flying to the right tree currently. Yes, we are. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'll put the behemoth gate at the front. But we are going to need some more wall sections. Now, I primarily want to make this out of the windows. Let's make another 5 of them currently. Because we should have one here. Yes, we do. Oops. There we go. You didn't get to see him? I take it that's a bad thing. I don't know, I'm not a huge fan either way. So it's 7 wide. 1, 2, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wonderful. So we want the behemoth gate in this gap in the middle. Actually, I might put the other ones at doing... What are we doing? We're continuing building the redwood base. Which is pretty much what most of this stream... The goal of most of this stream has been. Metal, I want another 4 currently. Okay. Lovely. We're gonna have to put some lights down here. Hey. Hey, hey, hey. We should be able to line this up fairly well. Should being the operative word. Okay, it's not quite lined up from there. You can see it's not lined up by the way it's meshing into those walls. Damn it. Really wish there was a bit more fine tuning available for this. Actually, we may have to do it from the back of the bird. Just to give ourselves a bit more viewing room, I guess. Although this is going to be even harder because we can't strafe. Damn it. I almost brought over the Tapajara too. No. Damn it. Of course, the Quetzal's going to move too much. Okay. No. Quetzal's going to move too much, so we'll have to do it the other way. Someone chat, so boring to be alone. Yes, I know them feels. Come on. Yeah, you can see. Yes, now I can see too. I think that's about as best I'm going to line that up. Actually, that fits in really well, doesn't it? And it opens outwards. Wonderful. How does it look from the front? Pretty damn good. Okay, so now essentially what we need is an absolute ridiculous number of those window doodads. Because I'm going to want this pretty much built all the way up to the top of the Behemoth Gate. I'm not going to do all of that during the stream. Actually. Grab this stuff out. Well, I suppose I don't need those here now. Yeah, I'll leave them here anyway. I won't talk for 1 hour. But then I'll be all alone. Wonder how these work out. One thing we haven't really looked at doing, although I might given what we're trying to build, is the elevators. So let's take a look at what we need for the elevators. Don't know which one we're going to want, but we'll learn them all. Hello, Hein. Not alone, I'm still here. Lovely. Structures, metal. I'm assuming these are what we're meant to put there for the elevators to pass through. This giant metal plated concrete ceiling has a hole in it for trapdoors. But I don't know how big that is compared to anything. And it's really expensive to make too. And that's where is it? We do have the trapdoor for it. Metal door, window, dinosaur gate, metal trapdoor, yep. That one. Giant metal trapdoor. Unfortunately, We're probably going to have to build it out from here if we want it to function the way we think it might. I might just have to stick to a standard ladder process. Okay, we're in mid-flight, so let's just swap back to our glasses. Girlfriend's birthday's tomorrow. Let's see how we're going in the grand scheme of everything. Yoink, 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 yoink. Just down there. Don't forget, if you are enjoying the video, please remember to hit that like button. Where's your cat? Show us your cat. Well, one's asleep way over there. The one that's kind of sick at the moment. And the other one's asleep here. So I don't want to disturb either of them. You know, down there's where our island is. Ah, you've got plenty of food. Wondering why that wasn't eating. I wonder if Hannibal's awake as yet. Not that sort of sick. No, it doesn't seem like he is as yet. Oh, he was up earlier. Meh. Yeah. Okay, let's get some more stuff done here so that we can start really focusing on getting more done elsewhere. Rather cryptic there, but anyway. And we'll turn that off. We'll keep that in the Ankh for now, because we're going to have to put that in the Quetzal to take back to the other base. Huh? No. Still got plenty of food, still plenty of sleep. It's only at 40%. Holy crap. That is one of the downsides to having our, I guess, creature difficulty turned up so high, is the ridiculously long taming times. Now keep in mind, that's going to take however long that's going to take at 30%, or 30%, 30 times taming speed. Because we are playing at such vaulted levels, we have got the taming speed turned up considerably. Well, while we're here, we will use some of that metal after all. We might as well make a few lights to take back to the other area. We want 2 of them. We'll go 1 fridge for now. And we probably want a few cables. We'll go 5. And 1. Gonna have to put some wood in there so that we can make a couple of power points as well. I think I've got a couple still floating around that I've already made. But we might as well get a couple more going. Nothing in the grinder. Nope. We'll just take the Tapajara up this time. Ah, we need to repair our goggles too. Have I got what's needed? Yes, I do. Don't think we should have anything in any of these, no. No, we don't need to check on that again. We'll go grab that drop. Interesting little thing too with the Trudons. If you do grab some, they won't go walk through a stone door. They can't fit through a stone door, but apparently they can fit through the metal doors, the wooden doors, and the thatch doors. Okay, we are losing the refunds from the top row here, but meh. Not too fussed. Okay, I'll run that back, or I'm going to run out of carrying capacity. Okay. What do we need for the Ankh saddles as well? We did find a really good one, didn't we? Well, not really good, but a considerably better one. Let's put that in there. Fiber, metal ingots, and a crap ton of hide. Holy balls, that's a lot of hide. Okay. Fiber. Actually, I may not even be able to build this one in the smithy, to be honest. I might actually have to build this one in one of the beavers. Well, let's bring one of these around. Which of you's got the better carrying weight? You're the winner. I don't think I've got enough metal ingots. But we'll bring it over here and get it ready anyway. You will find there will be a lot of things as you play, or especially if you're getting things like the Ascendant Saddle Up blueprints. You may not necessarily be able to make them in your smithy. The reason being, the smithy only has 75 slots, and especially a lot of the Ascendant stuff is going to require you to fill a lot more than 75 slots. So it's going to come down to, for the most part, how much carrying weight you've got on your beavers. But remember, even they do have a finite amount of room. We can grab some of this back out. Okay. Wow. Oh, I've just transferred too much stuff at once. Guess what? What? What am I guessing? Oh, we've gone down a sub as well. Again. You slept? Congratulations. While watching? Yeah. I have that effect on people. One more. And that'll do us. Actually, we'll pull that one out and put that back in. Smokey the Dragon. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And definitely thank you for the sub. Very much appreciated. Gonna sleep now? Good night. Not a problem. Have a good night, Tragedy. Thanks for joining us once again. Up goes the sub, down goes the sub. Around in circles goes the sub count. And there we go. Let's make that. You've just got a normal saddle, don't you? You do. Sorry, a little my mistake. Can I tame a Spino? I've already got one. Let me just put this stuff away. You're trying to click the notification bell? Not a problem at all. Let's go and jump on the Tapajara. This particular Tapajara. We do have two of them currently. Two of the birds, not the Spinos. Only got one Spino. Hopefully nobody else has gotten out of it their pen. Not seeing any green names pop up, so instead none of our beasties have gotten out. Lovely. Okay. There we go. As you can see, we've already got our Spino. We named it Kitty and gave it bunny ears. We've got a Bronto named Big Sal. And we've got a compy named Compy. Okay. We do have a rule on the server. We don't tame anything under level 300 unless it's a vanity pet. Although a lot of the things we're going for now, we're trying to get at least sort of 5 to 900. Let's go see how our eventual new friend over here is doing. He is taking, or she I should say, is taking forever to tame. 56% of the way done. This should come out at about level 1370. Wonderful. Should be more than enough food on there, I think. And once she's done, we'll equip her with the Ascendant Ankylosaur saddle. Tell you what, while we're waiting, let's go and set this... Oh, crud, you're running out of food. Let's go and set up the lights. Unfortunately, there's not a huge amount we can do production-wise until that Ank's done. And realistically, I'm going to do a lot of the harvesting probably off camera so that we don't bore you guys with all of it. We have got 2 industrial forges at the moment, one at that base we just left, and we've already got one set up over at the Redwood. Eventually we will put a fabricator and a few other things over there as well. T-Skate, hello, welcome back to the stream, thanks for joining us again. Not a lot is up, just doing a bit more Redwood work. And watching my sub count go up and down. In the middle of taming ourselves an Ankylosaur, specifically to keep up at the Redwood. A Gallimimus. We do have to get one of those, don't we? Okay. Biggest problem we're going to have with the Gallimimus is because of the fact that they are one of the ones that regain torpidity really fast. What level are you? It was only level 40. You can see here the torpidity goes down really rapidly. If we're going to tame a Gallimimus that's going to be within our rules level, so nothing under 400, then I'm not going to be able to do it by myself. Anything like that will generally wait until Bale is with us as well. That's my housemate and the co-founder of the channel. Because it's literally going to take one of us sitting there keeping it asleep while the other one goes and does the rest of the gaming. So any fast torpor regenerative beasties generally wait until there's both of us playing. We've had a few episodes or few streams in the past where I've tried doing it myself and I've either lost the tame or because of the vaulted levels they take so long to do that I've literally spent 2 hours standing next to a creature just keeping its torpor up. Which unfortunately makes for bad viewing and always loses me a lot of people. What is it? Almost 3 AM. Do we have dragons in this game? There will be the dragon boss. I don't play with any mods, so we don't have like the Anuki Genesis dragons and stuff like that. The only ones that are in game are the bosses, which we don't have. Well, we'll eventually get to them, but not too soon. Okay. Now we should be able to build down from the other generator. If I can figure out where the heck it is there. Will it let us? Yeah. God, I hate building on the back of these things. Got a better idea. Chit in your favourite armour, or do you not have flak? It's not so much that I have a favourite armour. We'll take a look at it. As you can see, I'm wearing Ascendant grade. So if I can find flak or metal that has better armour ratings, then I'll use it. But at the moment, like, you can't make anything better naturally, if that makes sense. The normal blueprints of it aren't better than the Ascendant grades. Can you dare me to do something? You can dare me to do something. It's just whether or not I'll be able to actually do it. There we go. As you can see, we have put a behemoth gate in here. Like the design of the chitin armor. It's probably one of the nicer, like, cooler looking ones, I think. To actually look at, I actually don't mind the hide armor as well. Can I find a giga? No. The gigas have been removed from this particular server. As I've mentioned, we do have dinosaurs spawning up to level 1200. A level 1200 giga cannot physically be taken on by one player or like 1 to 2 players, unfortunately. The difficulty rating on that would just be simply too high for us. Is that going to be low enough? Damn, I think I might need another one. Which I can't make at the moment because I don't have a smithy up here. Oh, sorry, I've got a smithy. I don't have a... who's it? Alphas can't be tamed. The only time... like, if you've seen people taming alphas, then they're generally using modded servers. Gotta go. Battle day just started on my Clash of Clans. Not a problem, T-Skate. Good luck. Hope it all goes in your favour. Or the favour of your clan in general. Yes, for those who are wondering, we are playing a vanilla, primarily vanilla server. The only mod that we do have is Death Helper, which just allows us to have a better chance of finding our corpse if we do die. We don't play with any of the extra, any of the non-vanilla dinosaurs, any of the non-vanilla taming abilities or anything like that. We do have the vaulted creature levels, but that is done via the Ark Server Manager, not via any mods. That's all hide. Meh. Can I tame a Quetzal? Again, we've already got a Quetzal. If I'm going to tame a second one, it's going to have to be at least level 900, which means we'd have to find one that big. That is one of mine and Bale's goals, but again, it's probably going to take some time to find one that big. We've got to start being very cautious of what we tame, because the more stuff we tame, the more food we're going to have to provide for them. Actually, our Quetzal's sitting on the roof of our house at the moment. Pretzel the Quetzal. Okay. If we can find a level 900 or above, though, we'll definitely be trying. Yes, I've got a mammoth. Yes. Went up and tamed one of those. What day was it? I want to say it was Monday. Or it might have been Saturday. One of the two. Actually, no, it was Sunday day. And then I went up with Bale on Sunday night. And got her killed by running her into a tree. Yeah, there's our mammoth just there. Our mammoth named cat food. What don't you have? There's still quite a few that we don't have. For the most part, they're ones that we're not really chasing at the moment. Either we don't overly need them, or it's not going to be viable to have one at this point in time. Let's check on our... You, get out of the way. How are you going for snail goop? The snails are currently my primary source of cementing paste. We did have both of these boxes almost full of cementing paste, but we've since used it all. Well, most of it. Did I check you already? I hadn't. Lovely. Yeah. Now you gotta remember, Bale and I have been playing on this server twice a day. Well, primarily me playing on this server twice a day, almost every day for the last, I want to say, month and a half, 2 months. Adorable snails. I love them. I reckon they're awesome. I'm looking forward to the next few different events so that we can make each one look different, like different hats and everything. Unfortunately, things like the glasses don't seem to go very well on them. Like Nedry's glasses and the... I did try to put a pair of night vision goggles on one. It didn't work out. Oh, how's that damn ankylosaur doing? Let's go for a run, Pinecone. Put points into your damage. Okay. As you can see, our base here is made out of stone. We're going to make the one up at the redwood entirely out of metal. How are you going? Not too far off. Still good for food. Yeah, plenty good. There we go. You harvest. Thank you. And many thanks for the big ass egg. Sorry if I'm asking too many questions. Is this my first time watching? No, don't be sorry at all. Do not be sorry at all. It's perfectly all good. Okay. We'll grab a couple more of these, and I want another splitter. And actually, we'll grab 2 of them as well. Okay. No, new people are always more than welcome. And you're not going to find stuff out if you don't ask. So questions are also always welcome. I'll generally answer as best I can. I had more of that there than I thought I did. Okay. Don't forget, organic polymer does degrade over time. Unfortunately, it can't be put in the fridges, which kind of sucks a bit. There's Bale, all passed out and stuff. Go through. For the most part, the vanity pets, we generally just put their points into the health. I mean, we call them vanity pets, but I mean, they do have their uses. You, monkey. We've got the Ichthyosaur, which we named Tuna Sandwich. We are planning on going for the Mosasaur, Plesiosaur, and the... one that I can't think of the name of right now. I still don't know what one the Sisyphus is. So we want a Mosasaur. We want a Plesiosaur. We still got to get an Allosaurus. We've still got to get a Basilosaurus. We've got a Megalodon. Where is the one I'm thinking of, though? Dunkleosteus. That's one we are going to try and get as well. For the most part, again, larger taming missions like that, we generally wait until Bale's with us. Just because it makes it a lot easier doing it with two people than trying to do it entirely solo. And that way as well, if it is a tame that's going to take a prolonged period of time, we don't have to try and, you know, have everybody sit there and slowly watching it. Okay. Let's go back up and finish that lighting system. Hopefully, by then our Ankylosaur should be ready. Should be ready before too much longer anyway. We did name the Megalodon Puddin. Well, Bale wanted it named Puddin. We haven't got a Diplodocus, but realistically we probably won't get one in this particular Let's Play. Main reason being we don't have any actual use for it. If we were playing on a server where we actually had other people, then it would be good. Army of Dodos and name them pieces of food. We actually had an army of Dillos that we named the Army of Many. I've got a couple of Dodos floating around at the moment. But no, we had I think it was 18 Dillos. And we just, once we didn't need them anymore, we literally let them loose out in the world. The most recent one actually only died 1 or 2 streams ago, and it was weeks ago that I let them loose. So I think there's still 1 or 2 roaming around in the wilderness. We have got the different crocodile variants. So we do have a Sarco. We've got a Baryonyx. And a... I can't think of the name of it. But one of the ones that leaps and rips you out of the saddle. Nasty little sodding things that they are. Okay. Yeah. I'm glad I didn't try and wire that up from that height. Only problem with the Tapajaras is you can't keep them stable as easily as you can a lot of the other ones. Capro, yeah, that's the one. That should work. No, it does not, because that's in the way. Son of a bitch. We'll have to go that way. Probably should have made an additional one, but that's alright. We can make do with what we got here. Okay. Realistically, we're probably going to leave the fridge upstairs, because up here is where we've got the food pen. So let's try and slot that into the middle bit. Welcome back, T-Skate. Yeah. 5-0 in your favour? Okay. So we'll put you down here, Mr. Fridge. What are we carrying that's made us weigh so much? Oh, we're still carrying all the metal. Of course. I honestly completely forgot about that. What do we need to make another fabricator? Spark powder, crystalline oil. That's right. I've got all that stuff back at the other base, so we may just make it back there and bring it up. Put you there, and you there. Are you going to be that problematic? Seriously? Oh, for crying out loud. Anyway, we want one of these lights here. And we want the other one about here. I'm not having a lot of luck as far as getting stuff, the right amounts of stuff made today. Usually I do considerably better. What am I going to want? A few more bits and pieces. Friggin' hell. For those curious, we are taming up a second ankylosaur, purposely to leave at that base there, because there are obviously crystal and metal nodes nearby. It's also a lot closer to a lot of the obsidian nodes. We are on the lookout for another Quetzal, preferably aiming for something that's at least level 900. Okay. And I'm also not entirely opposed to going and tracking down Allosaurus. Can you name it Nugget? If we get the level 900 Quetzal, I can certainly name it Nugget. Oh, let's see if that blue drop's got anything useful in it. We have not had a lot of luck with the drops recently. Or did you want the ankylosaur named Nugget? I can name the ankylosaur Nugget too if you want. I have a feeling I've got a blueprint for the metal sign already. I'm not entirely certain. Keep forgetting to get food. The ankylo? Yeah, definitely can name that Nugget. We really haven't seen any alphas since the last update. Not sure why. I don't know if they've changed the algorithm for it or if we've just been unlucky. Well, I suppose unlucky sort of depends on how you look at it. Having a level 1200 alpha of any sort running around is not going to be amazingly pleasant for us. In fact, it's going to be a really good way of things getting munted. The Jesterarke moonfly. I love it. Forwards, backwards, up, down, left, right, every direction you want to go, it will fly. Only problem with the Tapejara is, though, with most of them you can get them like by pressing X on the keyboard with the PC. I don't know what it is on the consoles, but you can get all the other flyers to come to a dead stop. It's not as easy to do that with the Tapejara. Not easy to do it at all. Okay, I want another review. Make a few of these up, actually. Actually, crap, wrong one. Don't need those angled ones at all. One good thing about the industrial grinder is you can do exactly what it says. Okay. Go for one more lengthways cable. Very good. We will end up wanting more, but not yet. We want some crystal. Where is it gone crafting? We only need 35 metal ingots. That should be easy enough. All the alloys are at the other end of the map at the moment. We actually found a couple right at the very start of the stream. Actually, I should look it up. I don't think we can carry them with anything either, can we, the Allosaurs? Allosauruses. For those curious, I do use Dododex. If you play Ark and have access to a smartphone or tablet, I definitely do suggest checking it out. Okay. No, the Allosaurus cannot be picked up. Well, that's going to be a bit of a pain in the backside. Well, in that case, the easiest way to go get one of them, we're probably going to have to go up on foot. And by foot, I mean on the back of something else. I'm totally not going up there on my own feet. I'd get eaten. We need the Quetzal next. Ooh, food trot's empty. Holy crap balls. That food trough still had food in it at the start of the stream. Did I get the metal out of you already? I did. Fudge and fiddlesticks. I've got 17 there. Maybe I will have to make it back at the other area. Okay. Take the crystal, take the oil. How much spark powder did it need again? It needed 50. I took a whole crap load of spark powder up there. I do not remember where I put it though. I have a feeling we've converted most of what we've got. There it is. Actually. Pick that out of there. And of course it's getting dark. Son of a bitch. You don't move forwards. Roses are red, mosses are blue, nuggets and ankle. What are you? How's it coming along? There we go. One more feeding and it'll be ready to go. So let's grab the saddle. Move those over to there. So what do we got? Level 1377. Not too bad for a starting beast level. Okay. Oop, and we're down to 2 viewers. That's alright. All the important viewers are still here. There we go. Nugget. We will set it to neutral. Disable following. And there we go. We've got the Ascendant grade saddle on there, so it's got quite a lot of armor now. And we'll check out its stats and see what we can do with it. Grab that out. Carrying weight's not too bad to start off with. Melee damage is a little lower than I would have liked it to be. Basically, weight and melee are the 2 skills that we're going to mainly focus on. Reason being, we want it for the sole purpose of harvesting. Go put the vegetables in the fridge. We'll grab a stack of berries. Around. Okay. Yeah, we'll go 2 stacks of Tinto berries. Oh, and we've got to get some food for ourselves as well. Okay. Well, I think that was everything we wanted down this end for the time being. So let's head back. Actually, let's put the food in Nugget. Can probably level Nugget up quite quickly, at least to begin with as well. So let's grab a couple levels for it. We do need extra food anyway. Emily, thank you for joining us again. We've just tamed our second Ankylosaur purposely for our new redwood base. Okay, point into melee. Dropping the little bits we don't need. Hope you've been well. A Megaloceros. Megaloceros. Dancing Megaloceros. If you mean the Megalosaurus, we will be going after one of those once we get around to doing the artifact caves. Only artifact cave we've been into is the one just over there. And only I've been into it thus far. We're waiting until Bale reaches level 100. So once she's hit her cap, then we'll look at probably doing a bit more of the artifact cavey stuff. We are planning on doing some sea cave missions, hopefully midweek, once Bale gets a chance to play again. Okay. Ooh, we got an email. What is the email telling us? Okay, apparently Dungeons 2 we can grab for free on Humble Store at the moment. That's kind of awesome. For those of you who are curious about Humble, there should be a link in the description down below the video. But yeah, Dungeons 2 for free for a limited time on the Humble Bundle store. So definitely go check that out. You have no subs. Have you got videos? The subs will come over time. It took me ages to get my first one. Okay. Was that at Mihine? I was just saying the game, Dungeons 2. Did not get that? Yeah, the game Dungeons 2 is apparently free for a limited time on the Humble Bundle store. There should be a link in the description down below that should take you there. I just got an email about it myself. So I know what I'll be downloading once I finish the stream. I have Dungeons 1, but I don't have Dungeons 2. Yes, I have, but they're rubbish because I'm only 11. Age has nothing to do with it. My first few videos were horrible. Like, I've literally deleted my first few videos. I've still got a few of the early ones on the channel, and they are bad. And I'm far from 11. I'm way older. I'm over 3 times your age. And I still make really dodgy videos. Practice, practice, practice. That's all I can suggest. Best way to get better is to keep trying. Maybe we would be able to fit an elevator with a little bit of work. There we go. That's where our ankylosaur now lives. I don't know why they do it. There we go. It's finally dropped to the ground. But for some reason they keep flying. Your mum doesn't let you upload? Sadly, that's one bit I can't really help with. Not real sure what to suggest on that one, I'm afraid. Okay, there's the fabricator. We will put the fabricator over this side. Down here about works well. Actually, right there? We'll want it about here-ish. Exactly. Okay. I don't know. Lots and lots of sucking up, maybe. Whack these across. Try and get this damn system finished down here. Should be easier with the Quetzal, because it is up higher to begin with. Night vision goggles for the win. Although it's going to be painful and not let us target, isn't it? Friggin' hell. Okay. We're doing this on foot after all. There we go. We probably should have made an additional one. Do I want that there, or am I going to put another splitter there? No, I'll put that one there. Okay. Put you there. Oh, they both link up to that one. Even better. We'll probably still put that one there, though. That looks a bit neater. Okay, 2 lights for starters. We will put more down as we go. Let's swap these back over. I need another Ascendant grade crossbow. We really haven't had much luck with our drops lately. Let's go try that purple one quickly. Look at the hype in chat. Okay, for those new to the channel that missed it earlier, I do try and take a break roughly every 90 minutes when I'm streaming by myself. Just sort of, you know, keep energy levels up a bit and allows us to go for a little bit longer. So we're going to check this drop, and then I'm going to go and put myself somewhere safe. We got a Mastercraft Pteranodon saddle. Well, the blueprint for one. One other thing we will be bringing up to this redwood base, although it'll pretty much go into its cage and stay there. We won't bring it out very often at all. We'll bring up, what we will be bringing up will be a beaver, just so that we've got the larger construction capability than just the standard smithy. Think you may leave. See you soon. Not a problem at all. Thank you very much for dropping in, Smokey the Dragon. Very much appreciated. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. I do stream roughly every 12 hours. Just so you got a bit of a heads up. Usually 1 AM and 1 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time. Thereabouts. Okay, as I said, I'm going to go for a quick break, so please feel free to stick around. I'll be back very shortly. Welcome back, Smokey the Dragon. I'm also back. Ah, ugly cam reinitiated. Okay. Well, enough of the boring construction-y stuff. Let's go do something fun. Not that I don't find the construction fun. I actually really enjoy it. As infuriating as it can be sometimes. We are pretty much on the home stretch now. We've done 3¼ hours. I'll probably try and take it to about 3.5, 4 hours. Well, for 3¼ hours already, then I'll probably try and take it to 4. Is that a white or a yellow drop? I think it's a yellow. Let's go and try and nab it. Yep, it's yellow. Question is, will it be there by the time we get there? Flap, flap, flap. Okay, one advantage to having that ankylosaur right there is we can hit this node as well as this peak, as well as the one in the redwood itself a lot faster now. Oh, they're kind of crappy blueprints. Has been an extremely quiet couple of streams that we've had recently. Just a reminder, we are looking at moving into Scorched Earth as well sometime soon. We have finished, only earlier today, finished setting up the server for it. And I do want to try and play a few other games as well. Don't want to burn myself out too much by playing just the one game. I don't know, we may make it so that we do Ark maybe 3 days a week and, well, might do the island 3 days a week, might do the center, no, not the center, Scorched Earth twice a week, and maybe another game twice a week or something. I don't know, we'll figure something out anyway. Okay, there's nothing down around here that we overly want. Oh, you're awake, little kitty. Hello. Pretty sure she just told me to go away and let her clean herself. What egg is that? I don't know, but let's take it anyway. It's a parasaur. Yep. You're off, Tragedy? Oh, you're back and then you're off, Tragedy. Not a problem at all. Have a good rest of day or night, depending on what time zone you're in. Just came to see how I'm doing. I'm still doing. Get a advanced scooter that I have. A new scooter that's not electric. Want to bomb them, they can pay for a car, but people like me can go with the expensive bus. Don't think bombing them is going to help you much in that regard, Hein, I'm afraid. Really start to think to move to another country? Every country has its problems. Parasaur eggs. Wank. There. Okay. Do we have any interesting saddles we can look at here? I don't really think so. So let's put these in alphabetical order. Oh, no, they're already in alphabetical order. Never mind. Terror birds. We do still have to get a kangaroo. You're back again. Welcome back. Okay. Just taking a look through the list of blueprints we've got. Just to see if there's anything in particular that I want to try and chase down at the moment. Doncleosteus, Diabear, Gallimimus, Ichthyosaur, Manta, Mammoth, Megaloceros, Mosasaur, Parasaur, Pelagornis, Moya. What's happened? Not very much, not very much. Just taking a look to see what new thingy I want to go and try and tame. We do still need to get a Procoptodon. I really need to sort through the blueprints again. Starting to get a lot of duplicates again. Actually. You no longer need to be right here, do you? Right. Beep, beep, beep. You guys should be all good for food, because there's a food trough right there. Okay. Do I know how to make the Allosaurus saddle at the moment? I do now. What do we need? Metal ingots, fiber, and hide. Well, we don't have any metal ingots here anymore, except for those 17. So a lot of that sort of stuff is now going to have to wait. Can you tame something and make it a speed machine? Ow. The problem is the speed mounts. We don't use them. We've got the the direwolf, the saber-tooth, and the direbear, which tend to be the faster of the ones we've got currently. That. Speed mounts in general don't really help us out very much because of the fact that we're playing with such high-level characters and extreme weights, which means a speed mount isn't really going to be able to carry us. Dancing pig. Okay. What are we going to be able to go after at the moment successfully, though? And how about damaging? again, there's none that we really need for it. You got to remember, every single new mount or new thing that we tame has to be fed. And as it is, we've got to go through and refill all these boxes quite regularly. Incidentally, just a little tip, don't forget with the the food boxes, go through, take everything out periodically, and then put it all back in. The reason you generally do this is because they're partial bundles. By grabbing it all out and putting it all back in, you're going to get a lot more full bundles, which means you're going to get a lot less food wasted. It's especially important if you're dealing with a lot of carnivores, because obviously meat is a fairly small bundle anyway unless it rots. Okay. Get all that put back in again. Why have we got most of our meat over here? That's not very useful to us. Let's grab a bunch of that back out. Oh, I remember why we had the meat over here. We used to have the megalodon just outside the gate. So we had the meat over here to feed that. But damaging would be really good. But we've got really, really damaging already. Okay. That one should be pretty good already. Let's move the meat down to where we need it. Yeah, if we want to do an excessive amount of damage, we just take this guy out. He's already doing 2,036% of normal damage. Okay. I think quite a few of these guys are already set for it. Because we do use most of our creatures for harvesting and heavy carrying, most points that we put into them. No, you're really low on meat? No, I'm really not. I've got plenty of meat. The rotten meat still counts just as much. I think a few of these guys have got a fair bit of rotten meat in them as well, yeah. We actually went on a big meat run last stream, I believe. Kill a couple of Brontos. If you want lots of meat, don't go for Brontos. You're better off killing a lot of small creatures. Brontos take longer, and you're only going to get a couple hundred meat off them. In the time it takes you to take one of them down, you can kill a lot more small creatures. And get a lot more meat. Go away, little thiefy critter. I used to do all the time. If I wanted lots of meat, I'd think, yeah, you'd go after one of the big creatures. The only advantage the big ones have got is the fact they drop prime. Okay, that thief. The Pegmatmastix is probably going to come for us shortly, so let's get rid of a bunch of this. The other thing you got to watch out for as well, even if you don't reach the maximum weight capacity of a dinosaur or creature, they can often only hold a certain amount in their saddles. Can you tame a mega compy? Again, we've already got a compy. That's just more mouths to feed. We will head up north though. We'll see if we can find any allosaurs. Let's just take all this meat back first. Actually, where are we at? Coming up to 4 hours now. Are we 3.5 hours in? Okay. It's bigger though. I have no idea. There's no mega compies. Unless it's... As if you've seen something like a mega compy previously, then my guess is it's on a modded server. Like me saying I've got a dog, I don't need to find a wolf. Again, there is no mega compy. Already filled that one over there, didn't I? Grab you out, put you in. Grab you out. Put you back in. And pretty much the rest of it will just split across our carnivores again. It will slowly rot over time and slowly be eaten. The sea pen is already full. I've seen them on non-modded. Dude, I can guarantee there is no such thing on a non-modded server as a mega compy. We'll go under the house, fill out the food troughs down there. Ooh, snail goop. Probably should go up to the bird pen as well. You kill many compies, it will eventually summon. During an event, maybe? Bale and myself have literally killed hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of compies. Okay. You're already good as is. A little bit new. Some in you. No need for sorry, all good. As I said, it may have been a event creature. Let's look it up, actually. Mega Compy. Let's see what we can find. Pack boost, taming, control, spotlight, notes, trivia. No, I can't really see anything for him. I don't know, I'm afraid. Friskers? Yeah, I'll take Friskers. So I was gonna say the only wouldn't be the unless you're thinking of one of the slightly larger but different variant. Like you've got the Dillos, you've got the Pegamastics, quite a few of them that all look similar. Grab you. Far Cry Primal? No. I'm not a huge fan of most of the... I've played a couple of the other Far Cry games, and I haven't been huge fans of them. In fact, Primal's the only one I don't own. Oh, we found another pair of Neji's glasses. Let's run that back to base, because Bale really wanted a pair of them. Do we have a Thylac? Hello, Drift Gamer. Yes, we do. Yes, one of the more recent tames. What do we name it? We've got the Tree Kitty named... something. It's fun you've tamed all 3 bosses. In Far Cry Primal, yeah. As I said, I don't know, just never really got into the Far Cry games. Where is it? There we go. There's our tree kitty named Pinecone. Now let's go fix this thing up for Bale. Damn it. You can list them. But wouldn't that be spoilers? There we go. She bloody had pearls on her too. I should get the opposite gender and breed them. We're not really getting too far into the breeding, to be honest, this time around, because as I was mentioning earlier, the more males we got to feed, the more we need to feed them with, basically. Okay. Oop, crap. Go away, Pigomestics. There. Bloodfang Sabretooth, the one that killed your original hunting party. Damn it. Where did it go? There it is. Great Scar Cave Bear that was hunted. Still do find it very odd that we haven't seen any of the alphas since the last update. Snowblood wolf, rare white wolf, stained red with blood. So there you go, we just took down a Diplo and it only gave us 256 meat. We got almost that much from a Parasaur. Let's see what we can find. Something's chasing them. Okay. Really, Compy? I don't like that you can't stop the leveling up animation. That is a bit awkward. Children give prime. You got kind of Taurus over here. Hey, buddy. Problem is again though, unless you actually need it, there's not really a lot of point in getting the prime. Another advantage is once you've got something like the Tapejara, what you can do instead is fly north into the snow area. Well, you can do it with any, but I find if you do the Tapejara is the best one for it. Fly north into the snow area and find an Ovis. If you kill in Ark, if you kill children, it gives prime, yeah. Again, though, just fly up to the north. You've got naturally occurring baby penguins. You've got Ovis, which give you mutton, which is better than prime meat anyway. In fact, for the most part, the cooked mutton is still better than prime meat. Okay, come on. Let's try and get that purple drop. Okay. See, I haven't even bothered taming a Parasaur this time around. Just because we haven't needed it. Same crap we got last time. Raptor and call Speedy Gonzalez. Okay. What are you? Therizinosaurus. Been really strange of late because normally, at least every other stream, I'd see an alpha somewhere around this area. But we are just not seeing them lately. Okay. I don't know. I might have to have a look into it, see whether or not maybe something's bugged out with the server manager. Level 720 Parasaur, not too shabby. Level 400 Raptor. I'm still surprised that the cats take as much fall damage as they do. There we go, we just pissed off the Stego by stealing its egg. And here comes its other one. Level 400 Bronto. And it's trying to run away from us. Where are you trying to go, buddy? Oh, we've got more Stegos pissed off with us for that egg stealing incident. That one? Again, we've already got one back at base. Incidentally, apparently their favourite food is bug repellent. As you can see, meat is not hard for us to get. There is still another... Oh, we've still got to get one of the Kentrosauruses as well. That is on the to-do list. So far, the main place we've found them has been up around the peaks of the really high mountains. I'm guessing we're going to need to take a Quetzal. Maybe an Argentavis, but I'd assume the Quetzal. You've seen the Ark on mobile. There is no Ark on mobile. I know they did a April Fool's thing for it. Is that an egg in the water? Oh no, just green fish. It's bad the saber one-shots you. I think we've got to fill these back up again, don't we? Meh. I don't really use the beer. Only reason we got beer was to tame one of these, which we now already have. Creepy looking beast. Crap load of health on it though. Eat, what's it? Gully group up and murder you. In that case, it's definitely not an Ark game, because the Gallimimus in this are passive and they run away. I'm guessing someone's cashing in on the Ark name. Okay. Well, just a bit of a rundown on what we're pretty much going to have to do. As I mentioned, I won't have Bale with me until probably midweek. In the meantime, I'll probably spend a little bit of time off camera going and collecting some more metal, because we're going to need to fire up and get a lot of it. Also aggressive, and so are the mammoths. Yeah, it sounds a little like someone's just trying to cash in on the Ark name. Yeah. Next stream, I'm going to go and try and do a bit more work on our redwood base. We've got the base... Oh, we've got the main platform down for the lower area of it, which will be the basic living area, I suppose. The upper area is going to be construction and small dino storage. I haven't really thought too much more out on that one yet. People play it on YouTube. Might have to have a look, but yeah, I know they haven't officially released one across to it. Don't know. Yeah. But I think for the right now, I am going to have to get going. It is almost 4:30 in the morning here, and I do have to be up very early this morning to take my cat to the vet, which is going to be unfortunate. Hopefully she'll be all good though, and we'll be able to bring her home later in the day. I should be back in time to do my normal stream at 1 PM. That's Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is GMT plus 10. Maybe a little earlier, maybe a bit later, depending on how things go, but that's the plan. But I'm going to do these ones. We're going to bring that up, and I'm going to say to everybody, thank you very much for watching. Smokey the Dragon and everybody else that is new to the channel, thank you very much. Please feel free to join us for the next one, in the next stream. Yeah, as I said, we'll try and do a bit more work on that base, but we'll see how it goes. For right now, this is Jesterarke. This is Ark Survival Evolved. Please feel free to hit any applicable buttons of appreciation that are applicable down the bottom, and I'll see you guys next time.